again.
Yeah, just like to welcome you to the Careers in Finance webinar, hosted by Careers Wales and delivered by Lloyds Banking.
And we're encouraging you to ask questions today with regards to the presentation, so feel free to type in any questions on the chat bar and we'll go through them at the end with the answers. If we can't, we will get them typed up and send them on to you, so enjoy. Thank you. So thank you both for inviting us along to the Careers in Finance webinar today. My name is Sharon Morgan and I work as the Apprenticeships Manager for Lloyds Banking Group, and it's my great pleasure to be speaking to you all across the schools in Wales today. To my right is my colleague Nicole. She's a recent new starter to Lloyds Banking Group, and we're going to talk to her a little bit later to understand her journey to working with us. And to my left is Angela Maguire-Lewis. She works for Cardiff and Vale College, and she's going to take the opportunity to take you through the opportunities and the details of apprenticeship programmes that we do deliver in partnership with Cardiff and Vale College. Before we start, I'm just going to play you a short video which will give you some insight into apprenticeships in Lloyds Banking Group and features real colleagues from our group. Just bear with me 1 second, we'll just get this opened up now. Okay, and it's on its way now.
This was achieved through identifying my learning style at an early stage. So some people like to gain knowledge through reading a book, others like to gain the experience. In my case, for example, I learned best through direct involvement, and an apprenticeship offers exactly that, which is why I decided to enrol onto one.
It was a choice that I made because I wanted to continue my education while earning money on the job.
So the major reason why I went for an apprenticeship was that I did want to carry on my education, but I knew that university didn't really kind of suit my learning style. I'm much more like an active style learner, more like on my feet. So I knew that going with an apprenticeship would allow me to kind of do both.
I'd say the most enjoyable aspect of my apprenticeship so far is really broad. I've had so many fantastic experiences. I've met so many new people within Lloyds and external companies just through doing the apprenticeship.
Yeah, so certainly when I joined, I immediately thought I would just be like making teas and coffees for people, doing some kind of filing or just basic like ad hoc tasks for them. But the thing is that they've given me real tasks and real deliverables to actually work on. As soon as I joined, I was given a proper official project to work on.
I wouldn't be involved in half of the initiatives that I take part in at the moment. So for example, I run and coordinate innovation events here at Lloyds Banking Group, where we look to invite external speakers to come into our organisation and give our colleagues a talk on an innovative topic. And by doing so, it's allowed me to explore different skill sets and learn about myself as well. So whether that's writing an email to the industry leading expert, or if it's having a professional conversation with them. And I believe these skills that I'm acquiring will serve me well in the corporate world. I would highly recommend that you check out an apprenticeship because it will give you the opportunity to learn and discover so much about yourself.
Apprenticeships is such a fantastic opportunity, so I'd definitely say to do it.
I would say immediately do it. You only regret the things in life you don't do.
Okay, so hopefully you found that video informative and give you an insight into apprenticeships within Lloyds Banking Group from the people that have experienced them themselves. That's just one opportunity that we have for colleagues. And interestingly, we have colleagues that join Lloyds Banking Group, not on an apprenticeship scheme, but then choose to join one, or indeed those that come in directly on an apprenticeship scheme. So there's a range of offers available within our group. So I'm now going to hand over to Angela, who's going to tell you a little bit more about apprenticeships themselves and Cardiff and Vale College, who we work with in partnership on our apprenticeship programs.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. So we're Cardiff and Vale College. We're one of the largest colleges in the country, delivering high quality education and training across the capital region of Wales and the UK and beyond. We're very pleased that we're in partnership with Lloyds Bank, and we deliver their apprenticeship programmes here in Wales. An apprenticeship, as you've heard from the Lloyds colleagues this morning, is actually a job. It's with training and includes gaining the recognised qualifications and essential skills, as well as earning a wage. The apprenticeship programme can be at 3 different levels. You can enter into this pathway at any of those levels. So it depends on your age, your experience, and what you're actually doing. And as Sharon has already said this morning, there's lots of opportunities in the Lloyds Banking Group to engage with the apprenticeships. We start at a foundation apprentice, and that's at level 2, and that'll be 1 to 2 years. Then we progress on to the advanced apprenticeship, which is the level 3. It means that you have additional skills and looking at more supervisory type role, and then on to a higher apprenticeship, which is a level 4 or 5. And we are developing in Wales a degree apprenticeship, so there's all sorts of opportunities.
And I think that's a really good point. Thank you, Angela. That apprenticeships are now becoming a real alternative and a real consideration for you guys in school. So you might be thinking that university perhaps isn't for you, as one of our colleagues mentioned there on the video. You will be able to, in the future, and these are in development, be able to undertake a degree apprenticeship while you are working within, for instance, Lloyds Banking Group, but it could be in other organisations as well. The agenda is constantly evolving, and what we want you to hear today in terms of a message is really about what apprenticeships are today, not perhaps what you may have perceived them to be previously, or indeed your parents or the guardians, because they are opportunities for everyone now, as opposed to being just for new starters into new roles. They really is something for everyone.
So the benefits then of being a Lloyds apprentice is you get qualified while in a job, you receive pay from the starting salary at Lloyds, which is between 15,000, is that right, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's from day one. So it's making sure that you actually get paid while you're actually studying. You gain skills and knowledge, which you can use across a range of careers at Lloyds. So we explain the different levels. You can also learn lots of different opportunities and skills, as we've heard from the colleagues this morning. You get experience of new and different challenges. You get involved in all sorts of new initiatives within Lloyds, and we've had a lot of cases of that. Your existing skills and knowledge are also recognised, so you can enter into an apprenticeship at any point. So you may want to stay on and do A-levels and then come on to Lloyds apprenticeships after, or like we said, not just in Lloyds. Or you may want to start, younger and come straight in at level 2. So it's a real opportunity to be able to do what suits you best. You learn at your own pace and you get support when you need it. You have a one-to-one mentor, both within Lloyds and somebody from Cardiff and Vale College. They come and actually deliver the programme within the sites. And you get more qualifications which help you progress to higher and further learning.
Thank you, Angela. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into apprenticeships. But we want to take the opportunity today to take you through what Lloyds Banking Group is all about as well. Because we're not just a high street branch operation, we do have a wide range of roles and opportunities available. So this infographic in front of you gives you a few headlines in terms of the numbers of customers that we have and what we do in terms of charity fundraising. But you'll see around volumes of apprenticeships that we are committed to the government's Helping Britain Prosper plan, which we will contribute 8,000 apprenticeships to by the end of 2020. And on average, we're doing around 1,000 apprenticeships a year. We did over 1,000 last year in 2017, and we'll be looking to do the same number now in 2018. And that's opportunities within Lloyds Banking Group and bringing colleagues in fresh and new to the company itself. So I would have to say, and I have had a long career with Lloyds Banking Group in varied roles over 20 plus years, but it's a real values-driven organisation now. We really do put the customer at the heart of everything that we do. We have huge charity fundraising events, and you'll see some of those stats in a moment. But the focus of us is to be the best bank for customers. And to do that, we will then help Britain prosper over the coming years to achieve the goals that we want to as a country. So we have a clear strategy, we have clear values around keeping things simple and putting the customer first and bringing us together. So we do Days to Make a Difference. Everybody in Lloyds Banking Group dedicates time to go out into the community and help different charities and schools and things like that at least one full day a year. So you can see we are the largest retail and commercial bank. So we're a huge organisation. We stretch right across Wales and indeed right across all of the nations. We have main business functions there that you can see, but we also have lots of support functions. So you may be thinking that you don't want to work in a branch. Perhaps you would want to do something more aligned to supporting people, or perhaps more aligned to IT. There's a wide range of roles available in Lloyds Banking Group. Now, I've mentioned some of this, so it's a long history within Lloyds Banking Group with lots of customers, and a lot of those are becoming more digital. So we have a large digital agenda now in Lloyds Banking Group, and we're looking to recruit and build those skills. So IT, digital, cyber knowledge, things like that, bringing those into the group. And you may or may not be aware of some of our partner brands. So Bank of Scotland, Halifax, Scottish Widows, all part of Lloyds Banking Group, and opportunities in each of those areas as well. And our charity this year is Mental Health UK. So we're all busy raising and charity funds for mental health this year. In previous years, it's been children in need, and we've supported those too. So I've just, on this next slide, on the next couple of slides, put the range of roles. And this is just a snapshot. This is by no means every role that we have in Lloyds Banking Group, but a range of roles. So you can see that it's not just working in a branch or indeed working in a call centre. Lots of people may start off in those roles. Indeed, I did myself. And then you can move on to perhaps other functions or other areas that perhaps are more applicable to you, and find you a career that you would actually want to go on and do. So you can see a range of jobs there. We also find within our apprenticeship programs and wider in terms of our development programs, great progressions. So we have a best bank for customers, but also a best bank for colleagues strategy, where we look to really develop and grow our internal colleagues so that they become the line managers and the operations managers and the senior staff of the future. So you really can still go on and gain a good career. We thought it might be useful. We thought you would be interested in seeing perhaps a job description. So this was a typical job description that you might want to apply for. It is in a branch. You can see there the starting salary and a bit of the detail around the branch. So it gives you a feel and idea for what it might look like when you join in Lloyds Banking Group. But this is just one example for you to consider. And it would feel like the right time now for me to have a quick chat to Nicole. She is a recent starter at Lloyds Banking Group, and she's just going to tell us a little bit about that. So you joined Lloyds Banking Group in August, is that right? Yeah. And tell us a little bit about your journey to Lloyds Banking Group.
So started, they came in, we came in, did a presentation. So what I thought would be best would do work experience there. Sure. So me and my friends went there, we were the only two that was interested. So because there was only two of us, we went in, done work experience for a week, had a feel of what it actually would be like. Really enjoyed it after a week of being there. So went home, had a look further into this, had a look at the roles, applied then for a customer advisor, went in, done 6 weeks of training for Film Bank, which is general banking for personal customers. Really enjoyed that now. So after 7 months of being there, now being upskilled to digital banking. Brilliant. So that's internet banking business customers. Okay. Progressing loads.
Okay. So you left school in August, is that right?
Yeah.
Lovely. So really recent, moving from school world into the working world. Different?
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
Shifts.
Yeah.
The times.
Yeah.
Big difference, longer days.
Yeah.
But no, really enjoy it.
Really enjoy it. Fantastic. So what would you say to pupils who perhaps are in a similar situation to you, that might be thinking, perhaps there's something in this for me, perhaps I would like to go into the working world rather than carry on with A-levels or university, but what would you say to them?
This opportunity is the best. Wouldn't change anything of it. I've learned loads of new skills I wouldn't have learned if I never done this apprenticeship. And it's helped me for the future. I know a lot more now about banking and just finance. Helped me a lot.
you've got a lovely salary.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, Nicole. That's really insightful. And I think it was important to have Nicole with us today as well, for, you know, to really feel the experience of a young person considering her options and thinking about what she might want to do. So thank you so much for being here today. That's fantastic. So Nicole talked a little bit there as well about, you know, going home and researching and thinking about what resources and what other information you can look at to think and perhaps consider options, not just in Lloyds Banking Group. As I've said, there are other banking organisations and wider organisations that offer apprenticeships and, you know, learning opportunities for colleagues. But I just want to focus again on Lloyds here and talking about two sites in particular. The first one is our Discover What Matters site, which you can see there in front of you. This is a screenshot, but if you use the web link that's at the top of the page there, you will go into the interactive site. And this is our youth hub. This is where you'll find out lots of information about our programmes, about perhaps what role suits you best. There's a quiz in there, so you might think about doing the quiz. You'll also see at the top of the page that there's a black box with menu written on it. I'm just highlighting it there with a pencil. And within that, there are support structures as well. So you'll see within there, there's help and advice for your teachers and for your guardians, again, helping you understand what opportunities are available. So that's one site, the Discover What Matters. And the second site then that I want to take you to is our Lloyds Banking Group talent site. And the reason for showing you this is because everybody will want to take a different path in their career, and that's absolutely right and great. And we do offer opportunities, not just the ones we've talked about today, so apprenticeships and coming through the Schools to Work programme, but we also offer programmes and support and are looking for grads to join our business. Offer internships for colleagues that are in the middle of their degree and would like to come and work with us for a period of time. Apprenticeships are also on this site as well, and we do offer scholarships too, so that's something that may be of interest to you when you're looking to fund your career. So this site is more broad and will help you look at the other opportunities that you might want to consider as you go through your education and you consider your career. So on behalf of the three of us today, and indeed the Claire and Kate from Careers Wales, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. Hopefully you found that useful, and we are going to take some of your questions in a moment. If you've had opportunity to type in the bottom, we will look to answer them. And if there's any that we can't, we will take them back and we will endeavour to come back to you in terms of a response. So I'm being handed a post-it, which is suggesting to me that we do have some questions. So how do you find out about a scholarship? So going on a scholarship isn't a programme as such. A scholarship is a support opportunity for some colleagues that are looking for some financial support and are eligible for that financial support from Lloyds Banking Group. So the best place to go for that would be to our LBG talent site, and you'll see there the tab that says scholarships, and you'll see the timeline that we use to actually go on and offer those scholarships for people. So go and have a little look there. How did you start your career with Lloyds? Okay, so I started in 1996, 97. I actually started in a very similar role to Nicole. So I actually came into a debt collection part of the business. So I was ringing people and asking them for money. It wasn't great. But that was where I started, and I worked through, went through learning and training functions, into more broad general HR, into management development, learning, and now into apprenticeships. I've had a fantastic life with Lloyds, I'd have to say that. I've had many a lovely holiday on the back of my salary. So I would encourage anybody joining or considering to join a big organisation to, even like Nicole's doing now, starting her career, thinking about it. It can be the first step on a ladder that can take you an awful long way.
Okay, excellent. We've got some more questions coming through. So can I get work experience placements at Lloyds?
Okay, so yeah, there's the option. So Nicole talked about the fact that she had work experience with Lloyds Banking Group. So in the Discover What Matters site, you'll see at the top there in that menu tab. So the one, I'll just drop the slide back. So in the menu tab here, appreciate and apologies that this is a screenshot, but in here you will see at the top there is a tab called Work Experience. You click on there, you'll find the details and the emails that you can contact if that's something that you'd be interested in doing.
Okay, excellent. Maybe this one's probably more for me. So how long is an average apprenticeship? We looked at the different levels. At level 2, at the foundation phase, it's 1 to 2 years, depending on your experience, what you've done previously, how long you're committed to spending the time working on the projects and working on your vocational qualifications. Then at level 3, it's 1 to 2 years again, if you progress from a level 2. All about the opportunities and to show skills and do the knowledge. When you're looking at the higher apprenticeships, you are looking at a longer period of time. You're probably looking at about 3 years, because obviously the higher you go, the more responsibility you need to take, and therefore then you have to obviously spend a little longer. So, do you still have bank managers?
Yes, we do. We absolutely do. We still have bank managers across all of our branches. So if that's something that you are interested in doing, often very much colleagues come in as banking advisors. So you saw the job description earlier on. So they come into the branches and we have development schemes. Lots of colleagues within those branches, they do an apprenticeship. So they would do an apprenticeship as part of joining Lloyds, and then they will progress and work towards to develop the skills to indeed become one of our bank managers.
Excellent. Okay. So is it all about maths then, working in Lloyds? Do you have to be good at maths?
No, I'm terrible at maths. I'm terrible at maths. It's all about the person. So our organisation is values driven. We are interested in the person that you are. We are interested in you matching to our values in terms of getting the right person in the right role. If you're good at maths and you're working in a banking environment, we would be interested in that, but we're more broadly interested in the overall person and bringing them into the organisation. And then, as Nicole has talked about, we will work with you and develop whatever skills we need to grow and to get to make sure that you can achieve and you can fulfil your full potential within Lloyds Banking Group. That's a big part of what we do.
Okay, excellent. And we've got lots of other questions coming in. What age? So what age would you have to be for an apprenticeship or work in Lloyds?
Do you want to go on the apprenticeship side?
Yeah. So you can start an apprenticeship at 16, and it goes all the way up to as old as you like.
As old as you like, no?
What's your oldest apprentice?
64.
64. So anything from age 16 or above. So again, it depends on really when you want to leave school. If you leave school at 16, you can come and do an apprenticeship. Or if you want to stay on and do A-levels, you can obviously come in at 18.
Nicole, I think you were 17 joining?
16.
16. There you go. So Nicole joined us at 16 and is now formulating her career.
So we've got some other questions on apprenticeship. So why an apprenticeship instead of university?
So it's an absolute personal decision. And all I would encourage you to do is to utilise the sites which we've shared today. To talk to your colleagues, your peers, your guardians, your parents, your teachers, and think about what is the right opportunity for you. For some pupils, it will be university, it will be the formal academic route that will take them to where they want to be. For other people, you may not have that urge or focus to stay in the academic world. That's fine. You may want to earn and learn at the same time. And that's fine as well. So it's a very individual situation. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no better, there's no worse. I would just encourage you to do plenty of research and find the right path for you.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Before we start, what does finance actually mean?
What does finance mean?
Yeah.
Finance is a broad topic.
Yeah.
So finance could be personal finance in terms of supporting you with your banking needs, with your needs for loans, credit cards, it could be that. But it could also be broader in terms of business. So we support an awful lot of business customers as well. So it could be supporting and underpinning them with the support they need to grow and make more money.
Okay, excellent. So this is a question for you, Nicole. Have you considered university alongside doing a scholarship?
Yeah, there's me. I left school because I didn't like education, didn't like it, didn't know what I was going to do, looked at college, nothing interested me in college, didn't want to waste any more time doing education when I know there's nothing for me to gain out of the education. Came to Lloyds now, and I've got a career ahead of me.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And so, are there lots of different types of apprenticeship opportunities outside of finance?
Yes,
Certainly,
loads,
yes, certainly
loads
is.
and loads. Yeah. So in most fields now, you will find apprenticeships all the way from perhaps more technical and the traditional, what we would call apprenticeships in mechanics or in plumbing. Those exist in most industries. So even in industries like nuclear science, often you'll find apprenticeships there. You can go and research online. You'll find all the opportunities there as well around a broad range of skills, so human resources, IT,
Data analytics.
data analysts. There's a huge drive around each of those topics. As our economy and our country changes and digital skills and IT and things like that, then more apprenticeships are offered. It's a training programme, that's what it is, to help you within your role to develop the skills that are needed, so a wide range.
And so what about then moving between different departments when you train within Lloyds?
So that's relatively straightforward, and I've made several choices myself. And Nicole, you've probably seen people moving from different parts of the business quite a lot for differing reasons. So perhaps for a different type of job, for career, for salary. There's all sorts of reasons why people move. We have a very active job shop, which is within both the sites which I've shared with you today. So within those sites, you can see the wide range of jobs that's available, and we actively encourage people to utilise that and indeed find the right path for their career.
Okay, excellent. There's lots of other questions that have come through, but I think we are running out of time because
we are
our colleagues have joined us here. So
we've had lots of questions, so we're gonna get them answered by Lloyds or Angela, whichever's relevant, and we'll get them sent out to you. So we've got your email addresses, and we can send those out to you. Just want to say before we finish that this video is being recorded. It'll be on our Careers Wales YouTube channel as well. So please feel free to go to it and pinpoint other colleagues and teachers to go to that. And I think it just leaves us to say thank you to everybody for coming today. We hope it's been useful.
And thank you for tuning in and giving us all the questions.